Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how to change your life in 7 days. Now if you're here, it is amazing because you want to grow and change, and that is awesome. So today, that's what I'm gonna get into. My name is Chris Richardson. I'm a coach here at Life on Your Terms, and I make these videos here so you can do exactly that. You can live a life on your terms. So, a little bit of a disclaimer before we get into this. With changing your life in 7 days, you're not gonna make $1 million unless you already have the leverage to do so. And also, you're not gonna lose 20 pounds in a week. So you're not gonna see a lot of those results of changing your life. But what you can do is create the habits that are necessary to do those two things or do whatever you would like to do. So you can change the habits that are the building blocks to get to those end goals within 7 days. You could do those now. So that's what we're gonna get into. We're gonna get into the habits and the actions to take so that you can get the results that you want. So how to change your life in 7 days. I have 5-step process that each step will result in you changing your life, and you're gonna wanna stay around until the end because at that point I have a great story that illustrates that with me personally and how it had changed my life. So, the first step to changing your life in 7 days is to set clear and actionable goals. Now, with that, you have to ask yourself, what do you want to change? And I would encourage you to consider the 4 areas: professional, relationships, resources, and health. In those 4 areas, what do you want to change? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to change jobs? Do you want to improve your relationship with your partner or get a partner? You got to look at those 4 things and ask yourself, what do you want to change? Again, you're not going to get the result of that change in 7 days, but you can sure as hell put the habits that are necessary to get that result over time. And also, when you're making these changes, what I would ask yourself is, what will it cost you if you don't make these changes? It's amazing that you're watching this video here today, and you want to ask yourself and frame yourself how important that change is to you and how you can implement it into your life. And then also, once you set those goals, set the goals, be realistic, and then track the goals. So again, in 7 days, you're not going to make that $1 million, but you could sure say, hey, for 7 days, I'm going to commit 2 hours to learning about X. Or I'm gonna commit going to the gym 5 days this week, and then track those goals and then carry out those goals after a week to a month, to a quarter, to a year, and do that over time and continue to set those goals. You're gonna see a lot of great progress. So that's the first, to set clear, actionable goals. Now, the second step to change your life in 7 days is to change your routine. Maybe you feel like you've been in this monotonous phase of waking up, going to a job you hate, and then coming home and watching the TV. And that's okay if you are. Maybe you're in a different schedule. Whatever it is, I would encourage you to change the routine because that's the easiest way to change your life. And a good hack thing that I think could really help change your routine is change what you do right when you get up. Right when you get up, read. Reading a great book can reframe your whole day. And then also maybe even meditate. Some people get a lot of benefits from meditating. It kind of calms their mind. I've found some benefits myself in meditating. I prefer doing an ice bath because that's a weird form of meditation for me. I focus on my breathing. I calm myself down. Those are 2 things you could try. Also, the best one I think you could do though for changing your morning routine is to exercise. If you're not already exercising in the morning can get you excited, give you energy levels, and make you feel really good about yourself. I mean, call it what it is. You got up way earlier than you needed to and prioritize your health, which makes you feel good. So I'd encourage you to exercise, change that morning routine. And then also maybe you're finding that in your routine you waste time. Like in my example, I said maybe you find yourself watching the TV a lot and you want to change that. Change that time management. Focus on something where you're driving towards something or developing a skill or something like that where you feel good about. And then also another thing with changing your routine, I would encourage you to do an evening reflection of your day. Every day I do an evening reflection because I have these sticky notes right here where I put the date and then I put all the things that I want to do and need to do for the day. And then after that, at the end of the day, I'll cross them off. and I'll reflect, oh no, like I didn't do that one. What do I need to do next time so I can get that one done? Or, oh, I got all this stuff done. Maybe I could have added more. Stuff like that. So doing an evening reflection can be very helpful. And maybe, if you have a full-time job and you have kids, maybe your sticky note's one item. Maybe it's go to the gym. But you have a reflection on how that went and what you can change. So that could be very helpful with your routine. Now, the third thing to change your life, the third step, is to focus on personal development. You don't want to focus on the $1 million. You don't want to focus on the 20 pounds because, again, those are outcomes. You want to focus on the work. And I have a sticky note, another one over there that says the work is the goal. And I truly believe that for myself. I only focus on the quantity and quality of the hours I work. I don't look at what happens outside of those hours. Obviously, I try to focus on max output and max outcomes, but I focus on the work only. So I would incorporate that into your change, is that to really focus on how can you develop yourself with, whether that be learning skills. So whether those are soft skills or hard skills, maybe we're working on discipline, accountability, empathy, whatever it is, or maybe we're working on the technical skills to be a software developer or be a better manager. Whatever it is, you're just trying to upgrade yourself and learn in some ways. I've always, for the last 3 years, read 15 minutes just about every day. And over that time, 15 minutes seems really short, but over that time, I've read so many great books that have changed me as a person. So if you focus on personal development, learning, skill development, and then also reframe in your personal development that failure is learning. In these 7 days, you might fail one of your goals you have, and that's okay. You're just learning. And again, the work is the goal. That's from Hormozy. And if you can just focus on that, the only way you lose is to quit, and failure is just a stepping stone to winning, you're gonna be okay. So that's the third step, is focus on personal development. Now the fourth step, changing your life in 7 days, is to improve your physical and mental health. Now, I know I've already talked about this, but it is so crucial, and it's one of the biggest building blocks, at least one of my biggest building blocks in my success, and something I can lean back on. For example, I used to be 132 pounds. Now I was 193 yesterday, and I would say about 40 pounds of that is muscle, maybe even 50 pounds. So I would encourage you to improve that physical health because it's something you can feel really good about. Now, for reference, I've been training for 6 years. So again, you're not gonna do that in 7 days, but you could put the habits in place to do that, because it was simply me lifting 5 or 6 days a week and eating a bunch of protein every day. It was that simple. It's not easy, but it was that simple. So by making those dietary changes, you can start to feel really good about yourself. You're just gonna get better energy from eating cleaner food. Also, if you're exercising, again, you're gonna feel really good. You're gonna get a sense of confidence, and because you're working on yourself, and you should feel good about that. So that's where that confidence is coming from. And then with mental health, if you can find healthy ways to reduce your stress, that can be big. That can be really helpful in 7 days. If you can find a way, whether it's more sleep, whether it's exercise, that's exercise for me is another great way to reduce my stress. So maybe for you it's exercise, maybe it's just walks. Maybe it's just walking outside in nature, putting the phone down, putting the computer down, whatever it may be, getting away from work. Find ways to de-stress yourself in a healthy way. That can change your life as well in 7 days. If you can find one coping strategy in 7 days, one new one, that's game changing for you. So that's the fourth one, improve your physical and mental health. Now the fifth step, and the step with the story to change your life in 7 days, is to make new connections and expand your social network. So my story is that I was joining a mastermind group with coaches, and it was like $1,000 to get in, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be worth it. Like, we'll see, right? No, it changed my life. It literally changed my life. I used to have such a problem with perfectionism and having to do everything perfect, but being a part of this coaching group, being part of like-minded people changed my life. And that mastermind group was actually the Life on Your Terms group of life coaches. It wasn't just Life on Your Terms, there's other coaches as well. But now I work here and I'm doing what I'm doing. So it really did change my life. And I know that's not over 7 days, but making that decision to expand my network and connect with people in a professional sense did change my life. So that's what I would encourage you to do, is to expand your social and professional network. Maybe you wanted to reach back out to your brother or your mom or your dad. Maybe you just don't have a good relationship with them and you haven't talked to them in years, but it's been in the back of your mind to reach out to them. That could change your life. That can change their life and it can change your life. To reach back out to someone, reconnect with someone you've wanted to, make new connections like my story, and then also just professional development. If you can join groups, if you can go to networking events, whatever it may be, those can all change your life and change your situation. So again, that's how to change your life in 7 days, and hopefully that was helpful.